ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Burglar Report. Your number one choice for news, politics, and deep breathing exercises. And I, of course, am your yogi and host, Dave Steppenwolf. For today's segment, pardon me, god dang shit. Big news, the Joe Rogan show. Kind of a thing. Kind of had this guy on, Dr. Malone. Got taken off of YouTube. A lot of controversy. Dropped a lot of fucking bombs. Now, some shit I heard a year ago or more on different podcasts and news networks and mostly underground shit. But to hit this level of fucking stardom, waking a lot of people up. We are in the age of Aquarius. Motherfuckers are waking up. Been praying for people to wake up. Shit's happening. So it's cool. Now, if you just happen to stumble across this channel, I make these stupid fucking commentaries, a little quick take on the news, have an adult beverage, talk some shit, and do it in one take. It's fucking raw, uncut, so if it sucks, there's nothing I can do about it. Anyways, let's watch the clip. Uploaded to my TikTok. Fuck you. TikTok's the platform of the people. As censored as it is, there's too much shit going through it, and you can't take everything down. So let's find this, play it for you, and we'll talk about it. Where did I put it? This one. Let's see. Alright, hopefully that fucking works. Turn this bad boy down and play.
Psychological damage of these lockdowns, this mask use, the school policies, the bullying of children who are unvaccinated. The psychological damage is huge. We're having a worldwide epidemic of suicide in children. We are having a huge surge of drug abuse in adolescents. We're having demonstrable drops in IQ and fundamental developmental milestones in the very young, like 20 IQ points. Okay? Children have to see faces to learn how to speak and to interact socially. You're talking about social intelligence, which you're deep in, and connectedness. We're raising a generation of children and that have been blocked from their ability, because their brains are developing extremely rapidly at this age, the ability for their brains to assimilate the information necessary for them to become functional citizens and parents. We're destroying it without a second thought. And the damage is going to last for generations. And, as if that's not bad enough, we're allowing the state to insert itself into the family and make decisions by mandating vaccination. Okay? This is why these childhood vaccines mandates are obscene. We're setting up a situation in which children are going to see peers who have been vaccine damaged as a consequence of the policies that their teachers and their government have forced on them. The damage here is going to be with us for generations. I'm not being Chicken Little here. This is deep, profound stuff. It's way beyond myocarditis. And no one seems to care. No one talks to children. There was a big breakthrough we all celebrated a week ago. Face the Nation. What on the annual roundup of stories that have been underreported, one of the speakers got up, journalist, and said to the other group, I think one of the most underreported stories has been the damage that's happened to our children.
I saw that, yeah.
And did you see what happened with the other journalists?
No.
Nobody said a word. They moved on. It was hardly covered in the media.
Well, she even glossed over the damage by the vaccines.
Agreed. How could she speak about the vaccines? I suspect she may lose her job. She's not going to be invited back on that program again, I doubt. psychological damage.
All right, well, let's pause that again. Let's get back to the main fucking feed here. And close that out. I think we're back on track, perhaps. Yes? I think so. Whatever. Fuck it. So, I probably should have prefaced that a little bit. That clip addressed, in my opinion, the most important aspect of his whole fucking lockdown. About the children, the psychological fucking damage that it's been doing to the kids. Now, I know, COVID thing, right? A lot of people died. Fucking crazy. A lot of people died alone, I think is the craziest part of that. Family couldn't come in. Fucking couldn't come to your funeral. You're saying goodbye on a fucking iPad. There's no fucking closure. That's pretty fucking crazy. Kids are still dealing with that. With their parents and grandparents and loved ones. And the whole COVID shot itself. I'm going to come out and say this shit. Whatever, however you feel about it, whether it works or not, I don't give a fuck. You take it or not, I'm not going to take it. You want to take it, go ahead and take it. I think you got some mark of the beast shit. I'm just throwing that out there because that's what I fucking think. Or at least part of the mark of the beast system. I'm just kind of going off into the fucking weeds here for a minute. Yeah, you don't agree with me, and a lot of fucking, look. God created you or me in God's own image. Okay, we're free thinking sons of bitches. A lot of people don't think for themselves. Okay, I'm trying to be a sheep for God, not for man. And when you have pastors telling you stuff to make you feel better, that's a load of shit to me. Okay, when they're fucking outright misleading you, saying that we're gonna know this mark of the beast, we're gonna see it coming, when it doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible, in Thessalonians or Revelations or the Book of Daniel or any other prophecies. I'm pretty sure I read it a bunch of times. But hey, you want to tell you're going to see the mark coming, and this isn't it, even though it says many will be deceived. And okay, that's enough of that. Yeah, you're whatever. Anyways, back to the COVID thing. Terrible. A lot of people are dying. I get it. Shots and all that, whatever. That's not the point. The point of this was the kids. I don't know where to start. The fear of it all made everything surreal. Loved ones passing away. At the same time, get out of your own head, turn off the news, you got your kids looking up to you and trying to figure things out themselves. And a lot of them are at key developmental stages, and this is fucking people up. The point that he brought up with the facial recognition, or the many points he brought up, the suicide rates are out of fucking control. These lockdowns are wrecking more of the economy. All the shit we're going through, that's what they're going through. We don't know how to deal with it. That's a whole nother mindfuck of trying to raise your kids to go through this pandemic shit. Or the lockdowns, or whatever you want to call it. It's the distance learning, all these social cues that they're supposed to learn growing up, all the social interaction. We are a fucking animal, a social animal. They're missing out on, and it's causing extreme loneliness, anxiety. In normal people, kids definitely got to be worse, because they live, from the millennials on down, they just live online. All the social, all the cyberbullying, all the shit people are worried about, all the bullying, it's still going on. And probably at a much higher rate because everything's online and you can't escape it, and you can't really confide in your friends and go to your friends and get outside and do shit because everybody's so fucking paranoid. At least in California where I was at. Some areas. Part of the reason why I moved to Texas. I want my kids to be in school where masks are optional, which they are. Vaccines are optional, which they are. And everybody's not afraid to live. One thing to be afraid to die. I'm not going to be afraid to fucking live. And for my children's sake, we got to somehow fucking manage the fear and move past shit. I don't understand. They don't understand. The fact that they're living in social media, that's their reality. All they see is the fear, fear, fear. And they think that's fucking reality. Meanwhile, you go outside Fucking birds are chirping, sun shining. Well, it's actually kind of cold, but you know, things are okay right now. We don't have the zombie apocalypse yet. If we continue to have fucking lockdowns, and I'm just saying, we don't get the supply chain just breaks down completely. All those zombie movies were metaphors for people actually eating each other and fucking killing each other like ravenous beasts that we are. Think about it. Shit breaks down, you're gonna go crazy. Trying to feed your kids, most likely. I wouldn't probably eat somebody, but if my kid was starving, that neighbor might look awful tasty. Awful available. I don't know. Whatever. Think for yourself. Raise your kids how you want. But he fucking made some great points, and God bless Joe Rogan for what he does. Think for yourself. You know, going back to the whole Christian Mark of the Beast thing, Hitler's favorite passage was Romans 13, or chapter, book, thing. You know, it talks about people in government were allowed to be there by God, so they're of God, so listen to the government. And you know what happened, you know, around World War II area with the Nazis and all that jazz. Not a whole lot of fun. Not saying it's happening again, but if you think about it, it's happening again. Anyways. That's all for now. I just want to show that, bring that up. You have a good night and a good weekend. Like and subscribe if you're still watching. Follow me for more shenanigans. And here's to a new year. Cheers. I don't know if I'm going to do predictions. I want to do predictions, but that's so passe. Shit's going to get crazy. Or better. But I don't know. There's all this talk of civil war and stuff, and who the fuck knows what's going on? All I know is, if you're watching mainstream CNN, you're not getting the fucking news. Joe Rogan's at least 10 times bigger than that shit. Just, you know, throwing that out there. Anyways, bye.